It's still possible to make bad ideas sound like this.
You're fucking doing it!
And today we'll be going through exactly how I wrote and recorded that riff. So how am I going to approach this intro? Well, I'm going to try and sort of solidify the drums, bass and guitars, and I've kind of got an idea for the vocals as well, so I might actually track some vocals in there as well. And we'll just see if we can get this intro really nice and refined. I've got my brew. That's step one. Step two is creating world-destroying riffs. Try not to choke on it, you knob. I was making a coffee before, and I had this idea. Something like that. I'm only that far into it, but I feel like that's enough to start. So let's begin with the drums. That's as much as I know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the tempo. So it's 140 is a bit too slow. Let's go up to 150. That's still a bit slow. 160. Whoa, we're getting up there now. That'll do. We're gonna start by putting the kicks in. That's easy enough. Let's just put some cymbalage in. Boom, boom. Right, this is the most basic drum beat ever, but it's enough to get us started. We'll use this drum beat to get started, and then as we progress through the idea, we will refine it further. Let's get the old girl out. There he is, Paul. It's definitely a she, but her name is Paul. Let's give it a tuner. But I don't just want a standard power chord. I want to try and mess around to make it sound a little bit darker. My favorite chromatic scale, 0, 1, 2, 3. That's such a weird chord, but it's heavy and I like it. Why can I not find the right note for fucks? We're just starting off really basic here. Okay, now let's track the basic guitar. Right, so those are kind of the root notes that I wanted to hit. So now let's add in the dee-dee-doo that I kind of had in my head as well. Okay, so a technique I'm going to use here is I'm going to record the left-hand side as those notes, the ones that I'd planned, and then the right-hand side guitar is going to be something different, so you'll get this kind of stereo difference, and it'll sound pretty interesting, so let's try that. So now what I want to do is introduce an effect onto that guitar. I kind of hear like a rotary effect. Now we're talking. Right, so how can we make this not sound like shit? Because at the moment it sounds okay, but it's not sounding great. Right, so one change that I can imagine us making is instead of going, we could just hold the chugs down. Okay, let's cut the ends off. Cut the ends off. What? I think that's a better note to hit. Dum dum. So we're changing our root notes now. It took us a while, but we got there. It's sounding somewhat like what I imagined it would sound like in my head now. What about if we make it... Digga-digga-digga-dad. Ooh, a little bit naughty that. Let's listen. Right, let's complicate the drums a little bit more because they're very straightforward right now. can hear like a get. And now I can hear like a something to sort of like mirror that with the snare drum. So maybe some like ghost notes. Let's put some pedal hatchets in there as well. I don't like the bit at the end that's dun 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 dun. Is there any way we can sort of elaborate on that? Oh, what about that? Ooh. We're going twice as long. This is something that I really like to do. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll have probably seen me do this. I like to extend the riff past where it's meant to stop and then make the whole thing twice as long. So a 4-bar riff will turn into an 8-bar riff with some sort of connecting segment in between where the 4th bar ends and the 5th bar begins. I'm a sucker for it. Don't like it. Ugh. Spend a while trying things and you will find things that you don't like. The only way to know if you truly like something that you've written is to try it and listen back to it, and then you will know, because I spent the last 15 minutes just doing that, and it took all of that and listening back to it for me to realise it was a bag of shit. We could leave it open for a sample, actually. I quite like that. Where's that Scream sample I had from the other day? That was a good in that. Samples. I don't know what it is about samples and gaps, but just recently I've been absolutely addicted to filling empty space with weird noises. That was it. That is a fucking insane Scream sample. So I'm going to import that. We're going to open up the sample controller, shove it in there and create a synth out of it. That's the note I want to hit low. I've layered 2 screams on top. The top one's a little bit quieter than the other one. Now I'm just going to shape the tone of this sample a little bit more. Right, now what I want to do is introduce some of that juicy goodness into the octaver. So now we need to finish the loop round. So that's as far as we're getting. Done. So maybe we could change this time around. Maybe we'll just alter that. We could go into triplet time. Oh my word. Triple time or triplet feel. I can't play that. That is so difficult to play. I need to practice that. Oh my goodness. I will do this until I get it. Oh, come on. I will get this. I refuse. I think this could be one of those cool moments where I shift the pattern up 1 fret so that we get the sort of demonic. Let's try that. Let's try that. I think we're going to change that last one as well, so it's going to go. Do like a bit of a pinch harmonic every now and then if we can find the right one. Let's see if that works. That was pretty gnarly. Let's try again. Come on. This is combining all sorts of different genres right now. Oh my word. the last little bit that I want to give this, so obviously the guitars are sounding pretty solid right now. I maybe want to refine my rotary guitar sound a little bit more. It just kind of sounds like the same tone right now. Let's see. See if we can put some sort of filter on it, maybe a bit of chorus or something. The chorus didn't work, so I'm going to remove that. It needs a filter. It needs some sort of... Let's just try putting a wah pedal on it. The volume needs to come up now that I've put the wah on. But also, I want the rotary to be a bit more aggressive. Okay, so that's the sound effect that I've got to with the rotary guitars. Now what I want is to layer a sample. I want some sort of percussive element that's driving the rhythm behind. I want it to sort of like something like that along on top of what we've got. So let's get on Splice and see if we can find a nice little sample. See what we can... If only that didn't have that tone. God, that is harsh. So we're going to EQ it first of all, because there is a fucking horrible high frequency there that is annoying the flip out of me. So we're going to take that out. Let's see if we can find that. Alright. I've kind of got rid of as much of that as I can get rid of. Transient designer. So we're giving it more attack. That's what I want. I really want that to come through. Rhythm behind. I want it to like... This is actually only going to come in the second half. We're going to need some sort of synthesizer as well over the second half. Eerie synth. Let's see if Splice can spice up my life. What key are we in? We're in... We are in bam bam. That's the key we're in. This is how you create depth. So obviously what we're doing is we're moving from sort of the intro. We're introducing the riff. Then we're coming around for the second loop of it. We're introducing some samples to add depth by adding more layers. So we're adding the on top, and we're going to add a very wide atmospheric sound or synth that we're then going to, I'm going to mess with, maybe add some reverb too. Now that's what I wanted. Just something with no key, but it's just like, this one's called Horror Game Ambience, and that's what I want. I want something that's just going to fill all those high frequencies with just mystery. That's what we're going to put in. So we need to write another end section for the end of this bit, because we can't just repeat what we did before, because that'd be boring. So we're going to change that sample. So I'm going to duplicate those tracks, move them down, and then I'm going to put a chopper on those so that the audio that it plays will be manipulated into whatever speed I want it to be. It still gets me, that fucking squeal every time. So now we just need to write this literal last bit, and then we'll do some scream vocals to introduce it as well, and then this will be a finished intro. So we've just changed the drums there a little bit, introduced an interesting sort of beat to it. That'll do. Right, okay. Let's give this a listen through, and then we'll write some vocals after as well to make this intro absolutely pop. do some vocals. This is gonna be funny. Oh, get that vocal fuel. Gotta get that chicken and broccoli in, boys. Telling you, mate, screams on broccoli, there'll be something else. So in order to do this, I'm gonna have to take this microphone off the stand. I prefer doing vocals with the microphone in my hands, so apologies if this is making any noise for you. But I've got to twizzle my nizzle. We're also gonna have to sort out the levels as well, because I'll be very loud right now. Oh yes. I want like a nasty little one-liner that's gonna break you straight into the drop, and then on the second half round, I'm gonna come in with some screams as well. I need my trusty pad. Where's my pad? Always have a pad when you're doing vocals, because you never know what lyrics you're gonna sing. So need to get them written down, boys. My mind is a sieve. Things just slip straight through it. I fancy doing some screams on the chug beat, so it's duh, 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 duh. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? So there's a sample that I used in a different song. So I'm going to start the song with that sample so that the songs sort of glide into each other. So I just need to find that sample. It's One of a Playground. Oh yeah, that's how metal I am. So the song before this one is quite a sad song, but at the end of it, it kind of breaks into some sort of very heavy, emotional lyrics with screams. So I could kind of carry on the vein of that song in this one. Maybe I'll sort of carry on that conversation in terms of the lyrics. I'll fucking do it myself! What about I'll fucking do it alone? Let's do that. I'll fucking do it alone. 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 As you can tell, my songs are very positive. I just sing what comes, boys. If you can't scream about your problems in a metal song, when can you scream about them? That's all I'll say about that. Okay, we're getting somewhere with the lyrics. So we've got I'll fucking do it alone. We've tracked that. One word, forward. It's the only way I know. I won't ever let myself go back there again. And then I need the last line. What about din 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 da dun? Could be this is my new life. Oh, it's time to reincarnate. Oh my god, it's time to reincarnate. Forward, forward. Back, there it fucking is. I think it's done. We've tracked all the vocals for this intro. We've done the guitars, synths, samples, and the intro, I think, is pretty much there now. So let's give it a listen through. I'll fucking do it! That sounds mint. Honestly, the sample layers absolutely make that intro. And if you want to learn a bit more about how to use sample layers in your writing, then watch this video. But other than that, cheers for watching.